Yeah, shalom, y'all. The phone cut itself off, so this is part two of the video, right? But as I was saying, you can't forget about the robots as another factor to the destruction that's gonna happen here. Esau has robots. China has robots. A lot of these places already had these robots. They got the robot dogs. They got the and they're how do you say, they're advancing with the robots as well. Like, um, all they have to do is just throw some weapons on them, and they're gonna be a factor that Jake is not ready for. The 2/3 of Jake is not ready for. So let me read the rest of this, and then I'm gonna get the Isaiah 13, right? Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, right? All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? All of these are the beginning of sorrows, right? And in the midst of all of these things that I named in the last video, uh, they're gonna throw us. Some of us are gonna be thrown in prison to these people, and or in these concentration camps, or in these detention centers. How they saying, these ICE detention centers and stuff, right? And then also I've been peeping that they've been building incinerators, right, on top of having guillotines and all this other stuff to cut your head off, and all that. They got incinerators where they're going to be burned. And they got you know what an incinerator is for, right? An incinerator is for, how you'll go to a morgue, or you'll go somewhere where there is a lot of death there. They'll burn you in there. Now, we know this in biblical times, that they did this same thing. They threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego inside of the incinerator, inside of a furnace, right? Because that's what an incinerator is, right? It's just a big ass furnace. And the crazy part about this is they're gonna bring that same thing back, right? And it's like, they're gonna lock some of us up, some of us gonna have to get, deleted, some of us gonna be martyrs, for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and that's just how we gonna have to go out. But these things is all, look, hey, this thing can all go down this year, 2026, end of this 2026, beginning of 2027, right? And that'd be some crazy work. Like, we get delivered 2027, with the year being seven, a year of completion. It can very well be that. But Matthew 24:9, it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, right? So let's move on, and let me go to Salakia, Isaiah 13, right? Because also Russia is going to, and Iran is going to destroy Babylon the Great. They're gonna shoot missiles over here, right? So let's get this Isaiah 13:17, right? So it says, behold, I will stir up the Medes, aka Russia, against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it, right? Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. Because look, Russia's not gonna, out of anger, look, because Babylon the Great is doing foolish things, man. They're trying to cut their gas supplies, food supply, all types of junk they doing, man. They stopping China's oil from, because China and Venezuela has you know connections when it comes to the oil and all that, and they're trying to stop that. Babylon the Great is doing all types of crazy shit, that's gonna cause for this to pop off. So it's going exactly as planned too. So Isaiah 13:17, it says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children, because Russia is going to shoot ICBM missiles over here, and they not going to give a fuck about no women, no old people, no children. They ain't going to care about none of that. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, look, Babylon the Great don't give a fuck about them. All right? And they making it very clear at this moment. What they're doing right now, they making it very clear. So it's just going to build up, the hardening of the heart of Putin. Because the Heavenly Father controls the heart of man. And he going to harden his heart. He going to make him do what he got to do. Isaiah 13:19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, aka America, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, because Sodom and Gomorrah was overthrown by fire. It was burnt by fire. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. So nobody will be inhabiting here except for wild animals. No people will be inhabiting this land anymore, right? But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, right? And owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, or satyrs should dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, right? And her days shall not be prolonged. And this is the Heavenly Father saying this to Babylon the Great. Because you about to go down, yo. And I'm going to close this out. And with that, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Badash. Shalom, y'all. On to the next one.